There are many ways to skin a cat, but there's only one way to scramble eggs, and I'm going to show you exactly how I scrambled eggs, which makes them nice and fluffy and creamy, and one of the most important things, really, really simple. It starts with some good Australian eggs, and I've got a bowl full of eggs here. I'm just going to add a good pinch of salt so I bring out the flavour of these beautiful Australian eggs. And then I whisk my eggs with a fork. That's the only way to do it. No fancy bits of utensils or pieces of equipment to do this. It's just me, my fork, a bowl and some eggs. It's as simple as that. And you whiz it around like this for about 20 or 30 seconds until the egg is really, really well combined. The beauty of using a fork is the ends of the fork or the tips of the fork break up the egg yolks and the whites and mix them together beautifully. They also add a little bit of air as well, and you can see those little bubbles there. That helps to keep your scrambled eggs nice and fluffy. This is a beautiful thing to do, so you might want to turn on some mood music, pour yourself a glass of wine and have some peace and quiet, just you and your eggs alone. Now, I've got my pot on over here and I've got it on a really low temperature. It's a lovely non-stick pot and nothing is going to stick. The best way to tell the temperature of a pot for me is to use a knob of butter. I like to put a nice little knob of butter in the bottom of the pan and you can see it starting to melt. I use a lot of butter. It's up to you how much you use, but I reckon this is the perfect amount. What I'm looking for now is the butter to melt, and it is starting to melt slowly. That tells me that my pan is at the perfect egg cooking temperature. We don't shove our eggs into a hot pan, we want to scramble them. We want to gently fold them together so they start to set, and we want to do that in a very soft pan. I've got this on about halfway, which is about all you need. Now at this stage here, the butter is almost melted and it's starting to bubble up a little bit, ready to put the eggs in. I grab the bowl, you can see I'm using my thumb to hold the fork out of the way, and you just pour the egg mixture straight into the pan. There we go. Now, there's no bubbling, there's no mucking around, there's nothing setting now. It's just a matter of stirring this around very, very gently with a wooden spoon or a spatula to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. You want to make sure that the scrambled eggs are nice and even. So it's just a matter of sticking with it for a couple of minutes till it all starts to come together. And I'll show you how we don't overcook the scrambled eggs. I've got a little trick up my sleeve. You'll love this one. Okay, you can see the eggs are starting to come together beautifully. They're just a little bit runny, and that's what you want. You want your eggs to be nice and soft, not firm and rubbery. If you overcook them, they start to lose all their moisture, so it's really important you catch them at the right moment. Take the pot off the stove, and here's my little tip. I put a little tablespoon of cream in here. You can use milk if you want, and I've even seen people use water. A little bit of cream in the bottom of that takes the heat out of it and stops it from cooking. Really, really important. And you just fold it through. Now at this stage here, if you want to get fancy, you can add some freshly chopped parsley or a little bit of chives or even some black pepper. I like to stir those herbs through, and I love the herbs because it gives it a lovely fresh flavour. And all you need to do is pop it straight over your toast like that. See, it's nice and fluffy, nice and creamy, and lots of herbs on top. Put that aside like that, and if you want to, you can grab some more herbs and sprinkle it over the top and make it look nice and pretty. It's an easy thing to do, but when you practice it often, you'll get it perfect. Let me have a taste of this. I'm pretty good at this.